was a good one. Okay, Auntie, who are you? Your introduction. Who
Who
are
am
you? Yep,
My name,
yep, yeah,
Janie Temple.
yep. How many kids you have?
Well, now,
How
living,
many biological kids do you have?
living
Yes,
all together.
all together.
Biologically, been 11.
11. How many
Seven
living?
living.
How many?
Seven.
7 living.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So how many kids do you have now with your step kids and your biological kids?
Step kids, how many was it? So, I'm trying to see. Well, you just about the ones I have raised, all of them.
uh, all of them.
Well, about six, I would say. I don't know. Maybe more. Stephen, Kimley,
All of us. It was 6 of us.
six. I thought I said
Six
about six.
plus so you're 7, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you had a lot of practice.
Oh, yeah.
So Auntie, tell me something. What was the best thing about being a mom? About being a mom. You're
The
still a mom.
best
What's
thing
the
of
best
all
thing about being a mom?
was the joy of seeing that all the kids were well and playing together and they grew up together and it didn't change when they got grown. They still be together. They still call each other brother, sister, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. And what was the I say the worst thing, but what was the worst thing?
But the worst thing
Yeah, about being a parent.
was the fights between the kids, trying to figure out who was right, who was wrong, which one should be whooped, which one should be punished, or whether all of them should be punished. Yeah, am I
Oh,
making sense?
yeah, yeah. Hey, you're making good sense. You're making good sense. These are all your thoughts, so there are
Hmm.
no right or wrong answers. It's totally
Okay.
about how you feel.
Hmm.
Okay? So, Auntie, what kind of advice would you give to this next generation coming up that's becoming these young parents and stuff? What kind of advice would you give to them about parenting and
Well, I tell them to know your children. That to make sure your children know you, know your children. Teach them from the cradle up. Start. Don't wait to start teaching them when they get teenagers. You start teaching them in the cradle, and when they get up big enough to understand, then just don't stop teaching them, but just enhance the teaching. And when they get big enough to be out in the world, teach them that just because your friends out there, you don't have to be there. You don't have to be what your friends are. Teach them the Bible. Let them know what God said about it, And, and for all, when you can't take them to church. Be sure you start out taking them to church when they're babies. Then they may stray away when they get bigger, not go, but they won't forget what they were taught. Once when you're teaching a child, you have to do it more than once. You have to do the same thing more than once. I've learned you may have to tell them the same thing for 7 days straight before it get in their head. Same way when I was a kid, they may tell me the same things. But that's the best thing is to make sure they know right from wrong.
you think patience is a quality required of a parent?
Oh, sure. The Bible says patience is one of the 9 fruits.
Yeah. So, because I don't think a lot of these new parents
Hmm?
have patience with these
Say that
kids.
again.
I don't think a lot of these new parents have patience
There's a lot of them
with
don't
these
have patience.
children.
Here's a lot of parents now this day
Hmm.
would just tell the kids just go ahead on and do it, and would help them do what they need to do rather than say that's not accepted. See, a kid just have to know whether what's accepted, and if you got patience enough to sit and talk with them, if you tell them it's not accepted, then tell them why it's not accepted.
So let me ask you this, Auntie: if it was one thing that you could change about the parenting today versus the parenting when you actually
Hmm.
had children, um, what would it be if
If
there
I
was
could tell you,
anything if you could change?
you are not. I would tell them you are not your kid's pal. Pal. You're not your kids' pals. Never try to be their pals and then try to correct them too. That was one thing I would do. Teach 'em. If you're going to be mama or dad, be that. Don't try to be their pals.
Be mom and dad, not their friend.
Huh?
Be mom and dad, not their friend.
Yeah, you can be their friends, but not their pal.
What's the difference?
The difference is that pal, okay, if you was my pal, I could sit here and kid with you and tell you things, you jokes about you tell me them same ones. You be kidding. You say you 15 and I'm what 18 and I'm sitting here kidding with you like I'm 15 too. You know, that's
Hmm.
that's 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 the different. You can be the friend. Friends tell you what's right and what's wrong. Pals accept whatever you say.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because I was about to come with another question on that one. Like, okay, I still don't get it, but now I do. Okay, okay, okay. That does make good sense because friends will tell you when you're wrong.
Hmm.
So, all right, pals just accept anything, huh?
Accept anything. And not only would they accept it, they go out there, but child, did you see what Page Joe was doing? Did you see what Sue was doing over there? Oh, good. Wasn't that something else? I mean, I've been a child, I know.
Yeah, children gossip.
Hmm.
Children gossip.
Yeah.
So, children gossip. So but you got children, you got grandchildren, and you got great grandchildren,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
You have great grandchildren.
I don't know about that many grades.
Okay, okay. I was just checking now, just checking. The other day you did say you asked the Lord for 125 years. Yeah,
Say that again?
you asked the Lord for 125
Yes, I
years.
did.
Yep.
Hmm.
So just
No,
checking.
I said 105.
105.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
125. But that sounds better.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a woman. I mean, God rest her soul. God rest her soul, of course. But I was reading in the papers the other day. The oldest woman alive passed away at the age of 115.
Wow. That sounds good too.
There you go. Yeah.
Hmm.
So definitely something to strive for.
The main thing is knowing how to talk to a child and how to talk, how depends on the age. You can talk to you can tell a 7-year-old something that you can't tell a 17-year-old.
Yep.
You know,
And a 17-year-old can tell you something that's a 7-year-old can tell you something that a 17-year-old can't.
hmm that's the knowing what's what. Just knowing the difference. And like I said, in I mean, I had to laugh about this because I tell folks all the time that's the reason that I didn't have a one child before I got married. Because my grandmother told I got a whooping when she found out about the child on the way. I got a whooping, and after the child was born, my grandmother and granddad told me if I had a nut before I got married, they would hang me up in a tree and smoke me, and I believed it. You
Mm.
tell a child that now, they ain't gonna believe it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
If you have a nut before you get married, we're gonna hang you up in that tree and smoke you. And I really believed that, but they wasn't gonna do that. But I believed it.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
main thing in raising a child. They got to believe you mean what you say, and you say what you mean.
Stand on that.
Hmm. If that child don't believe what you say, you ain't done nothing but waste some breath.
Install that fear. I don't think kids have that fear of parents
But now,
anymore.
go ahead, finish what you saying.
Oh no, go ahead on.
I said, but now, don't I didn't say scare the child, but make the child believe what you say. And another
Mm.
thing, they got to know you love them. Love is a
Mm.
big part of everything. They got
True.
to know that you love them. They got to believe even when you chastise them, you love them.
That's why you chastise them because you love them.
Hmm. And someday they be like I was about my grandmother and granddad. I said, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. We call them Papa. So glad Papa told me that.
Yeah.
So glad Mama told me that.
Yeah, when you have to walk those shoes yourself, then you understand a little bit better.
Hmm.
You know, as being a parent or a grandparent or even a step parent.
Hmm.
You know, you have when you have to put those shoes on yourself, then you can understand things a little bit better. Things come a little bit more clear to you, like why things happen or why this and all of that.
Yeah.
So,
And the one thing that get down, one thing that don't that you can't leave out of any relationship is it's only two words for it: love or hate. You can say like or dislike much you want, but the two main words are love or hate. Love or hate. You got to love people or you hate people. You know, you can call it dislike all you want, but I don't think I seen that when I was
yeah.
reading it in the history
Yep,
books.
I hate everybody equal.
Hmm.
I hate everybody equally.
Say that again.
I hate everybody equally.
Hate everybody what?
Equally.
Equally.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. You know why? I don't.
Why not?
Why not?
You mean you hate more? You hate some people more than you hate others?
I don't hate them more, but I would like to be stay away from some people more than I would others.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There are some people, so if I'm walking down that road and I see them coming another way, I'll turn around and go back. You
Mm-mm.
know? Because I don't want to get involved with them. There's
Right.
some people, I don't have to hate them. There are some people I just don't want to get involved with. Because I know if you tell, there are some people that you tell them right, they ain't gonna leave it alone until they tear it down, try to tear it down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, child, what you mean? But they go, I have had some people that try their best to tell me that it wasn't no God. I'm
I,
82 years old. I've had all kinds of, been into all kinds of stuff.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Hmm.
I'm not even gonna go there. I already know about that.
Hmm.
Ooh, that person must have been deranged.
They told me you couldn't live in this neighborhood in peace. You know about that. When I first we figured out in the neighborhood,
Oh
folks told me you
man,
couldn't,
ain't y'all are over here by that spot though.
huh?
Y'all are over here by that spot though.
Hmm.
I mean, it is man hectic around
Hmm.
here,
I don't have no problems.
and that's a good thing. I sure appreciate that.
Because every morning when I get up, I say, thank you, Lord, for this day. And if I see something going on, Lord, that one is yours.
Mm-hmm. He'll take care of it.
Huh?
He'll take care of it.
Hmm.
Oh, and
Hey,
plus, I think too. Plus, I mean, you've been here on this block for, and then on this corner for quite a
ever
while.
since 2005.
Oh, that's a long time. So, I think you kind of mothered into the block. Like everybody know, like, hey, yeah, they don't mess with them.
Most
They
anybody,
cool. They just be, you know what I mean?
most anybody that pass along out there, if I'm out there, they gonna say, "How you doing, Miss? How you doing, Miss Janie?" Uh, you know, most
Exactly.
everybody.
See, yeah. So, they kind
And
of
the
you
male,
get.
even the male folks like to stop and talk to me.
Yep, you get that respect from the younger crowd, from the respectable ones. Huh? So I mean, I should say like all, not all, the whole complete next generation sucks. It's just a lot of them just
Right.
need their little butts whooped.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They need some of that papa love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to. Well, and that's another thing I'm gonna say. When you whoop a child, he got to know why you're whooping him. I got one pop with that. My granddad used to keep a rope in the pot, in a pot of water. I got one pop, and that scar is still here somewhere. I can't find it over here somewhere with that rope pop. Cause told him he gonna have to catch me first.
Mhm.
He said,
Mhm.
"You gonna whoop? I will get a whoop. I got to catch me first." I struck out. When I got to the end and I went to make a turn, that's when he got a chance to pop me. On
You
that.
can feel it. A wet rope
And
too.
I tell him all the time, I said, I can't find it now, but that's that scar going to my grave because it's still there.
Hmm. And,
Hmm.
and then it's like every time you feel like disrespecting or anything, you think about that pop.
Hmm. But you know what? I got smart. They had this big old table in the dining room, all these legs, the big legs coming out from another leg. When I got into it with my auntie, when I got into it more than anybody, got into it with her, I'd run up on that table. and let him whoop them table legs.
How come it was always something that we run underneath? It was always something underneath the bed, underneath the table,
Uh-huh.
underneath the baby crib.
And I was always able to cry if I cry anytime. You know, every time he hit a table leg, I scream out and cry. I come out and there with tears running down my face. He would be taught me nowhere after that one pop. After that one pop in my leg.
She said adapt. Adapt
Oh,
to the situation.
and I get out from under that. He was saying, "You wouldn't have got that woman if you hadn't done this." Then I just scream out again.
Power of perception.
And I got so my grandmother started calling me her good girl. I tell off on everybody else.
Mm.
And never wrong. Never wrong. But I tell off on everybody else. And they couldn't, I beat them to my grandmother and tell off on them.
Did that.
And then they couldn't even have a chance to tell off on me. My uncle and my auntie used to jump on me when mama wasn't around.
Yep. It's like wait till you home alone. All right. And there y'all have it. Thank you, Auntie. I so appreciate your time. I said I sure appreciate your time. Thank you
Okay.
for the interview. So
I hope it's something other good in it.
that's everything you said was good. Again, it's completely about how you feel and your thoughts. That's why we call it Mama's
I should have got
thoughts.
that picture up there.